welcome back to our channel. I'm Lexy.
I'm Defne. We are your LadyBloggers. Today, we are talking about that season 5 episode list that literally came out of nowhere, but doesn't everything with Miraculous.
When these titles came out, I was at work and I had to completely mask how I was feeling because I wanted to scream.
That list is confirmed by both ambassadors. It's legit. Unlike season 4, we got every single title from the get-go.
Yeah.
So don't worry, we won't get any fake episode
lists. Another thing that's different from season 4 and every other season is that we have 27 episodes this season.
27 episodes, that is one more episode than we usually get. Seasons 1 through 4 have been all 26 episodes long. So if this season requires an additional episode, it must mean like there's so much that's going to go down. These titles are not like our conventional titles, and that is because several like more than half of them are named after a Kwami and their powers. Not every title is a Kwami power, but most of them are, which is like very, very interesting.
Obviously, in previous seasons, the name of the episodes are usually the name of the akumatized villain or of the Sensi monster. This time around, it's very different than what we're used to.
Another thing about the titles, it's that there are two-part episodes, and one happens in the middle, and that is called Kwami's Choice, which are episodes
10 and 11.
And then the second part episode is called The Last Day, and those are episodes 25 and 26. So 27 is a standalone, like, special episode almost.
Let's get into these episodes. We're going to go one by one, telling you guys the name of the episodes and the correlation to the Kwami's powers, and then we'll get to theorizing.
Episode 1 is called Evolution, and that is Fluff's power, Bunny Miraculous.
Episode 2 is called Multiplication, which is Molo's power, or the Mouse Miraculous.
Episode 3 is Destruction, and that is Plag's power, the Cat Miraculous.
Episode 4 is called Jubilation, which is Daisy's power, or the Pig Miraculous.
Episode 5 is Illusion, and that is Trix's power, the Fox Miraculous.
Episode 6 is called Determination, and that's Storm's power, Ox Miraculous.
Episode 7 is Passion, Ziggy's power, the Goat Miraculous.
Stan Ziggy. Now we have episode 8, which is titled Reunion. That is not correlated to a Kwami's power or a Miraculous.
Episode 9 is entitled Exaltation, which is Roar's power, the Tiger Miraculous.
Episode 10, Transmission, which is part 1 of Kwami's Choice, and that is Nuru's power, the Miraculous of the butterfly.
Deflagration, which is part 2 of Kwami's Choice.
Episode 12, Perfection, which is Long's power, the Dragon Miraculous.
Episode 13 is Migration, Kalki's power, Horse Miraculous.
Episode 14 is Derision, Shupu's power, Monkey Miraculous.
Episode 15, Intuition, Sass's power, Snake Miraculous.
Episode 16, Protection, Waze's power, Turtle Miraculous.
Episode 17, Adoration, Bark's power, the Dog Miraculous.
Episode 18, Emotion, Dusu's power, the Peacock Miraculous.
Episode 19, Pretension, Oriko's power, the Rooster Miraculous.
Episode 20, Revelation. That's again not associated to a Kwami's power or Miraculous, so interesting.
Episode 21, Confrontation, not associated with a Miraculous Kwami power.
Episode 22, Collusion, again, not related to a Miraculous.
Episode 23, Revolution, not related to Kwami.
Episode 24, Representation, not related to a Kwami or Miraculous.
Episode 25, Confirmation, which is part 1 of The Last Day, not related to a Kwami or Miraculous.
Episode 26, Recreation, this is part 2 of The Last Day. Now, this episode could potentially have something to do with the Ladybug Miraculous because creation, but we'll get into that later.
And then finally, episode 27, Action, Pollen's Power, the Be Miraculous.
So those are all of the season 5 episode titles. Again, really different than what we're used to. But now we are going to theorize what we think is going to happen in these episodes.
So the way we're going to go about this is group the episodes into ones that are related to the Kwami powers and then the ones that aren't. In terms of the titles related to the Kwami powers, traditionally a villain name is the akumatized villain's name or a sent monster's name. But here it's like, it's kind of an odd name to make the villain be the name of the Kwami's power. So like maybe Hawkmoth gives someone a Miraculous, akumatizes them into a stronger villain. Ladybug and Cat Noir defeat the villain, get back the Miraculous, and then that just happens for every single Miraculous.
Honestly, that's what I think is gonna happen. I think the episodes that are, again, related to the Kwami is gonna be something like that, which if you watched our reaction to Strike Back, one of the first things I said was, is this how season 5 is gonna be? Like, are they gonna get a Miraculous each episode? Which maybe, I feel like that's kind of the route that they're heading towards, but then again, we are getting episodes where they aren't related to the Miraculous, so we have to wait and see. Honestly, I think that's how it's going to be. I feel like we're going to get a villain that has a Miraculous. Ladybug and Cat are going to defeat it. They get it back. And maybe we learn more about the Kwamis and the powers of each one in each episode, just because Gabriel does have the whole grimoire and he has all the Miraculous. Like, he has the knowledge that a Guardian would basically have. So perhaps we could learn more about the Miraculous. We could see a different use of the Miraculous or different upgrades or powers to each one when he akumatizes someone and then gives them the Miraculous.
The one inconsistency with this theory is looking at season 3, we did see Chloe be given the Be Miraculous and then akumatized, which we think is something similar is going to happen in season 5. But that episode title name was Miracle Queen. It wasn't Action, which is Pollen's Power. So it's like, is this what we're going to see? Or could it be like something a little bit different? And then I was like, well, what if he does something related to the Kwamis? I don't know, like Lexy, we were talking about if like Hawkmoth...
Can you akumatize the Kwami?
Could he? I mean, Kwamis have more power than a person using a Miraculous with the Kwami inside.
I wonder if you can akumatize a Kwami. I feel like maybe you can.
I feel like you could too.
Because Kwamis can feel a negative emotion.
Yeah. Tiki and Dearest Family.
Tiki and Dearest Family, for example. The first episode is called Evolution. And we talked about when we saw it Strike Back, how like crazy was that Gabriel got the Bunny Miraculous. The first episode title of season 5 is related to Fluff. Like, Evolution could be, I feel like that's the one that I'm like, okay, like I think like I have more theories about what could happen compared to the other ones. Because Evolution, like if it's related to Fluff, it could be Gabriel using the Bunny Miraculous, or Alex getting her Miraculous, or it could be Bunnix coming back. I don't know.
I feel like it could be Alex with the Bunny Miraculous.
Gabriel going back into the past. I feel like realistically, Gabriel would go into that burrow just to see the moments when Emily was lit.
Or maybe it has a relation to Time Tagger. Like, I feel like it does.
If it's related to Fluff, I feel like it could have something to do with Bunnix, 100%. If it's like Time Tagger or anything like that, like, I could see it. Mm-hmm. Episode 3 is called Destruction, which is Plag's power, Cat Noir's power. This is interesting because Plag is safe. Plag is with Adrian. So what is going to happen here in this episode? And it got me thinking, what if in this episode we finally have a conversation about Cat Blanc?
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know if he'll make a return, but what if there's like at least a conversation?
What if there's something to do with like the Kwamis being akumatized? Because that is so strange that an episode related to Plag, who, as you said, is supposed to be completely safe, has like a similar title structure to another Kwami who is like trapped with Gabriel.
And the thing is, it's like he knows everything that's in the grimoire. What if there's like in the grimoire it says like you can akumatize a Kwami, you can akumatize like any sort of being. So what if, like, I don't know, Plag runs out of cheese or something, and then Gabriel akumatizes Plag? I feel like that wouldn't be a smart idea though.
Oh my god, Plag is literally in the same house with all the other Kwamis.
He is. I'm telling you, they're gonna have a reunion. Wait.
And this
And they turn up in the kitchen and they're just like,
no, because now I'm like, well, Plag is in the same house as all the other Kwamis. Like, what if Plag is just roaming around one day and is like, when did all of you get here? What is that one sound like? Whose house is this? Or like,
who are you? I'm Pam. Who are you? I'm the owner of this house.
It's very interesting that we do have an episode that's related to Plag and the Cat Miraculous destruction. I don't know. I mean, the thing about season 5 and the thing with these episode names is that obviously the Kwamis are all going to be with Hawkmoth. And like, I always think like, okay, there's Kwamis that they know Cat Noir's identity. If LADYBUG starts getting them back, wouldn't the Kwamis like tell her who Hawkmoth is? Wait, do we have an episode called Confrontation?
Yeah, we do. Confrontation and confirmation. Honestly, decoding some of these titles and their definition feels like me like listening to a Taylor Swift song, trying to like decode her lyrics.
You were tossing me the car keys, the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. Let's talk about these episodes that don't have a relation to a Miraculous or Kwami.
And our first would be episode 8, Reunion. When I think of reunion, I think of a family reunion. I wanna like, first thought is like, oh, a Grust family reunion. Emily.
That's what I think of.
Because, I mean, if there's a season to learn about the Sentis, it's this one. So a Grust family reunion, maybe a Dupen Chang family reunion, but we've kind of already seen that in season 4. It could always happen again, of course, because I know their family is like pretty tight knit.
But reunion, it's giving a Grust family. It's giving maybe Felix coming back that episode, and Amelie coming back. I don't know.
What if it's
maybe
like,
they reunite for a certain reason? What if it's like, because we already went through the anniversary of her disappearance, aka
Felix's dad's disappearance anniversary?
No, his dad's dead. That's not a disappearance. It could be maybe like Gabriel's birthday, Adrian's birthday. Maybe we see Adrian have a birthday again in season 5. Or it could be like, I don't know, Emily's birthday. And for some reason they're just gonna like get together.
Ooh, what if in that reunion we see like an Adrian confrontation to Felix? Adrian could just like press Felix on the, you took the dog Miraculous.
Oh yeah, he could be like,
and he knows that Gabriel took all the, Hawkmoth took all the Miraculous because everyone saw that.
Do you think they noticed that Dusu's Miraculous wasn't there? Because what if Adrian recognizes it on Felix?
Ooh.
Even if it's like hidden, if Adrian knows that like all the Miraculous were taken, and maybe LADYBUG somehow figures it out that all of them except for Dusu, then maybe Adrian's like, okay, like maybe Felix has it. What if that leads to like how he finds out he's a sex monster? Because what if he's like, why did you take that? Like, why do you have a Miraculous?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, because we're not like everyone else.
Not like
we're sent to monsters. Let's talk about the 2-part episode, which is
Kwami's Choice.
Called Kwami's Choice. So part 1, like we said, it's called Transmission, which is about Nuru / the Butterfly Miraculous. So Hawkmoth, Butterfly Miraculous, Kwami's choice.
So my thinking is like, what if the Kwamis actually make a choice on like which Kwami to rescue next? And of course, like naturally that would be Nuru, who's been under Gabriel's control for the longest. So they're like, we need Nuru, like as soon as possible. Next episode is episode 11, Deflagration, which is part 2 of Kwami's choice. Deflagration doesn't really have anything to do with the Kwami power. Deflagration itself means like heating something until it burns away super quickly. And it's like associated with intense fire, explosions, sparks.
Sparks fly.
Sparks fly. It's like electricity. I might die.
It just sounds very destructive.
It's giving Strike Back.
I know, like the Paris burning scene.
Yeah. What if that was from season 5?
I
What if that was from season 5?
It could have
I
been.
can't imagine.
I don't really know what this is.
No, Kwami's choice. The thing is, like, the Kwamis that are with Gabriel right now, like, I doubt they have a choice because Gabriel literally said, like, I'm gonna make all the Kwamis my slaves.
Right.
So,
Oh my god, what if after they rescue Nuru in transmission, Gabriel throws like a massive, huge fit in deflagration? And that's why all of this is happening, because he's dramatic.
you know, because it's interesting because it's like, if somehow they get Nuru back, then we wouldn't have Hawkmoth anymore. Which is interesting because, like, we know there's a Hawkmoth of the future. So if they get Nuru back, are they gonna really lose him again?
Poor Nuru.
They are, because there's a Hawkmoth of the future. Nuru literally can't catch a break.
Hashtag save Nuru
Save
2022.
Free Nuru 2022.
Episode 20 is Revelation. Revelation stems from the word reveal. A reveal? What could possibly be? What have we been waiting to be revealed since episode 1, season 1?
You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Maybe they were inspired by Hamilton. We have revolution.
Yo, we're not slick. Get Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna call him right now. But to be like, they stole your work. It's gonna just be Lin being like, Colombia.
Identity reveal. That's the only thing on my mind right now.
Okay, reveal. I'm scared. That's the reveal. I'm scared. I mean, like, obviously, like, when we think reveal, like, that's the thing that we think of. But in reality, there's like a kind of a lot of things that could be revealed too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, could Luca reveal to Marinette that he knows her identity? That he knows hers and Cat Noir's identity? Could it be, I don't know, Felix revealing to Adrian that they're both Sentimonsters? Could it be Gabriel telling Adrian that I'm Hawkmoth?
Or maybe it's like Ladybug and Cat Noir figuring out that Gabriel is Hawkmoth. Because the following episode, episode 21, is confrontation. And like a few things crossed my mind here. First is like, oh, maybe Adrian confronts his father, but then I was like, wait, like what did we see in Cat Blanc? It was like Ladybug and Cat Noir confronting Hawkmoth. Like that's the big thing, like confronting the villain. What if this is a Hawkmoth confrontation? Well, there's this big thing that like the writers ingrained in our minds in like Cat Blanc and Ephemeral. We can't have Adrian together until Hawkmoth gets defeated. So I'm like, well, if Revelation is supposed to be a reveal and confrontation is potentially Ladybug and Cat Noir confronting Hawkmoth, I'm like, it's like reversed. It's like, well, we're supposed to defeat the villain before we get a reveal. I mean, even if that even happens, but it was just strange to me. So I'm like, maybe this is like an alternate parallel to Cat Blanc.
Going on to episode 22, which is collusion. This is episode 22. Previously, we had Ephemeral in season 4 as episode 22, and Cap Blanc as episode 22 in season 3.
Collusion means some kind of secret agreement for like an illegal or deceitful purpose. Who would do such a thing? My first was like Lila and Felix.
Something illegal, Hawkmoth and Gabriel.
Yeah, could be. It could be something like the villain team, Gabriel, whatever.
I definitely could see something like maybe between Hawkmoth and Lila.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how they get close, and maybe that's why Lila finds out that he's Hawkmoth and tries to take the Miraculous or something eventually. I mean, by this time, if it's them getting a Kwami every single episode, if it is that way, then by this time, potentially they could have NOIR back. So it's like...
Maybe it's like Hawkmoth's last, like, desperate grab at, like, getting the Miraculous back. And he makes some kind of deal with the devil.
And by this time, there's also an episode relating to Dusu, so this is interesting. But I definitely feel something between Felix, Lila, Gabriel.
Episode 23 is Revolution. Interesting.
Self-explanatory, Revolution.
Like overthrow, takeover. And when I think of Revolution, I think of like a lot of people. So I'm like, are we getting Parisians involved? But then
they're gonna storm out again. Ladybug, lady. They go on Camp Rock. Camp Rock.
What kind of
revolution? They're gonna pull up in pitchforks to Gabriel's house. Imagine they just pull up like a mob.
Yeah.
It's totally off topic, but like Gabriel Agreste most definitely, he makes like fur items. He wears fur 100%.
And he definitely hunts for fun, and he has those like antlers on his walls.
Yes.
Episode 24 is representation. I don't know what to think about representation. Like, are we getting some kind of leader to represent a group of people? What kind of representation? I don't know what to say about representation. Do you have anything to say?
Honestly, I don't. What even is that? Representation.
Episode 25 is confirmation, which is part of the last day, part 1. Confirmation like stems from the word conform, which is like having similar traits to be kind of like more united in a sense. What kind of confirmation?
We are really decoding this.
Conform. Confirmation. I don't know what sort of things we could see conform. Maybe like the villain's power is to create a bunch of like a little villain army, and where they all look the same. I don't know.
And episode 26, which is the last day, part 2, it's called Recreation. Now, creation, Ladybug's power, Tiki's power. What could this be? Are they going to recreate Adrian? Is he going to get snapped away and recreated?
Well, see, I was like, this definitely has to do with Tiki, because we've already seen an episode about plagues. So I'm like, it only makes sense. And yeah, what if Adrian gets snapped out of an existence and like they recreate it?
And it's called the last. Wait. Ephemeral, right? What was Sass explaining, right? That when you combine the Miraculous, it wipes away everything and you recreate whatever.
What's going on?
Shadowmoth must have taken control of Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous, and he made a wish!
But what has that got to do with the end of the world?
Imagine the world as your school notebook. Everything inside is written in blue, but now you want it to be red instead. Before you can rewrite anything in the color you like, you have to erase everything that's already been written in blue.
That's what happens when someone makes a wish. The universe is destroyed and then entirely rebuilt.
What did Gabriel say in Dear's Family that he wanted to do? Destroy the world that rid him of Emily and create a new one.
But I will never give up. I will get their Miraculous. Thanks to the all-powerful forces of destruction and creation, I'll destroy this world that took you from us to build a new one, where we'll never be apart again.
The last day. Recreation.
Exactly. Oh my god, what if like, okay, assuming that every like miraculous named after a Kwami power is when Ladybug and Cat Noir get it back, what if for Ladybug and Cat, it's the opposite? Like Gabriel gets those.
I mean, if he gets both of them,
which
he would be able to
create
the
the
ultimate
last day.
Yeah, and create his ultimate power, his ultimate wish. Bruh, are we gonna get rid of Cat Noir like episode 3 though? Like right off the bat? Don't come for me, Cat Noir stands. I'm just stating the facts. Ladybug can defeat villains by herself.
And she has been able to defeat a villain without Cat Noir's help before.
What if he gets flagged and then it's just Adrian like with a different Miraculous?
It literally, no, because I'm just like, if all of these, like, if Plague and Tiki have like their Kwami powers as a name, what if it's just like ownership switch? Like they get all the Miraculous back, but like Gabriel somehow gets the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous. I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, they gave Ladybug a whole bunch of like new looks last season, so maybe this is the season
the Adrian
to get new looks. It's a different one. Creation. I don't know. Something creation has to do with Tiki.
Yeah. And that leads us into our final episode, 27, Action.
We already talked about the Kwami episodes, but this is for some reason the last episode.
And it's the extra.
It's like an extra. Is it an extra episode? Is this the true finale?
See, the thing was like, Action is interesting. I'm thinking back on when Vesperia got her Miraculous and Queen Banana, and like they had this whole thing with like Action because they were creating a movie. I don't know if they're gonna like do a plan on that, but the play they were doing was about like creation, destruction, fighting against each other. What if it's like a parallel to that? Because that's after recreation. What if we see like good and evil kind of like at each other?
Wait, Action? You know what, in Zoe's episode, her introduction, Soul Crusher, Andre,
the movie,
Solitude, Emily, Action.
Oh my god.
She was an actress.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do like
Emily gets to be Miraculous.
Emily becomes a new hero. Slay.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I could do something with acting, movie.
There's just like, there's a double meaning. There's a chance for double meaning. Well, it's like, oh, well, the other titles are just like the Kwami powers. This one is just the Kwami power. Like, yes, it is. But also like,
why is it at the end?
Why is it at the end? And why is like Action kind of something we've seen that's like reoccurring?
Yeah, like why is it the finale, and why is it after like the two-parter? Why is it a bonus episode? Interesting. With all of that, we come to the end of this video. Wow, I mean, I was not expecting this to come out anytime soon, let alone all at the same time. We were in a hiatus with nothing for like what, a week at the most. We got everything. Also, according to Fetty, according to Miraculous Mexico, Bag Ambassador, she said on Twitter that the hiatus between season 4 and season 5 was always meant to be very short because they were being made at the same time. So she also said that she wouldn't be surprised if we got a trailer in the upcoming weeks/months.
Insane to think about.
Insane to think about. Maybe this is a season 2, season 3 type of situation where we get them really close by. As of now, I think it is very, very good that we at least have all the episode titles, because we were fed at once. It was just we would just skip to those.
And it was great because like a lot of these are related to each other. Currently we don't have an air date for any new episodes, but we will keep you all updated as soon as we get that information. And as Lexy said, this is looking good. Keep your hopes up high for getting season 5 soon. But as always, this is Miraculous. Everything is unpredictable. So thanks all. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share those post notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye. Oh, that's dry.
Just like